The Cleveland Browns finally have traded Amari Cooper to the Buffalo Bills. It involved a series of draft picks being exchanged, with the Browns getting back 2 picks and the Bills getting back Cooper and a draft pick. And keep in mind that Cooper is a player that the Browns have been open about dealing before.
So the Buffalo Bills just traded for Amari Cooper for a 3rd and 7th round pick. The Bills have been looking for a solidified number 1 receiver, and now they have it. And this trade completely changes what this offense can be. And I'm not just saying that to say that. I myself am a Cleveland Browns fan, so I know all about this guy. And I think this was a great move for Buffalo. I know he's been horrible in Cleveland so far this year, but again, it's Cleveland. That negates everything. We saw what he could be like with a competent QB under center in Joe Flacco. I mean, Deshaun Waston has been historically bad this season. So for his own sake, I honestly can't wait to see what a Josh Allen offense is like with Cooper at the front and center. So I'm going to be talking about that in this video, along with the recent close call victory against Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so let's start off talking about the recent game that just went down at MetLife Stadium. The Jets got on the board first with a Greg Zuerlein 34-yard field goal. But then Ray Davis had a few tough rushes up the middle of the field to get the Bills in scoring position, and Josh Allen took it in himself to put the Bills on top 7-3. The Jets responded in a hurry though. Breece Hall had a 21-yard gain and a 24-yard one, leading the Jets down the field, and Aaron Rodgers hit Garrett Wilson down the middle of the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown to get New York back on top. Midway through the second quarter, Josh Allen threw an 8-yard pass to Matt Collins for a touchdown to put the Bills back on top 13-10 after a Tyler Bass missed extra point. It seems like he has lost his ability to kick, but that is a story for another day. And the first half scoring definitely did not stop there. The Bills scored another touchdown on a big-time 52-yarder to Allen Lazard. And then in typical Aaron Rodgers fashion, he completed a Hail Mary. So basically, a lot went on in the final 8 seconds before halftime, and the score was 20-17 Bills. And as you can probably tell from the final score, the second half was not too much to write home about, with a field goal from each side, leaving the Bills with a 23-20 victory. But that wasn't the most exciting thing that happened, because this past afternoon, everyone found out that Amari Cooper was being traded to Buffalo. Cooper has struggled so far early on in the season in Cleveland, but you can't really look into it much because Deshaun Waston is the guy throwing him the ball, and he is having a historically bad season, and literally is the downfall of the Browns. And it almost feels like a lot of guys have given up over there, including Cooper, because just a few months ago with Joe Flacco, we saw how good Amari really is. And now, with Josh Allen, I think we are going to see that version of Cooper, and it's going to be fun to watch. I know the scheme the Bills run isn't always the most receiver friendly, but I mean, at the end of the day, he is now Josh Allen's number 1 guy. That's going to ultimately lead to a lot of targets and a lot of production. And at some point in the playoffs against the Ravens or Chiefs, you're going to have to put up a ton of points through the air. And Cooper is going to be a critical part of that. Another big aspect of trading for a receiver of this caliber is how it affects the guys now behind him on the depth chart. I think the field is really going to open up for someone like Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman. And with how solid James Cook at running back has been this year, this is now a complete roster that you can start to think Super Bowl about once again. I know the road is still going to be tough, and this probably won't be the only move the Bills make, but this is one that immediately makes them a threat in the AFC if they were not one already. The Bills will fit Amari Cooper's contract into their available cap space with relative ease, thanks to the restructure of Cooper's contract with the Browns this past offseason. Cleveland is responsible for his signing bonus and any dead cap on his deal, leaving the Bills with only the prorated portion of his $1.21 million base salary for the remainder of the 2024 season. This amounts to approximately $800,000 after 6 weeks, a manageable figure for Buffalo's cap situation. In addition to Amari Cooper's base salary, his contract also includes performance-based incentives that could impact the Bills' 2025 cap space depending on his on-field production. Cooper can earn $1 million if he is named first team All-Pro and $500,000 for second team All-Pro honors. Additionally, he has a $1 million incentive tied to reaching 1,251 receiving yards this season, but it looks like that's probably not going to happen because of how many games he's played with Watson. Cooper will be 31 entering the 2025 season and is also positioned as an unrestricted free agent after this season. This allows the Bills to evaluate his long-term fit before committing beyond this season. If he delivers strong results, the Bills could negotiate a new contract to retain him. Alternatively, if the fit isn't ideal, they are not tied to any future financial obligations beyond this season. Head coach Sean McDermott spoke about Cooper during his Tuesday media availability, expressing excitement about his impending arrival while reaffirming faith in the team's pre-existing options. First and foremost, I believe in the receivers that we already have in the room, he said. We'll see when Amari gets here how we can get him up to speed and integrated into what we do and how we do things. It's never about one guy. We're thankful to have him, no doubt about that, but it's about the team. We're anxious to get him on board here and get rolling. McDermott also went on to speak about the on-field impact the former 4th overall pick will make. Those qualities are important. Having the ability to get separation just adds flavor on our defense, McDermott said. We've been doing some good things, and I think that'll be an added bonus for us as we move forward here. Anyways, going back to the recent win over the Jets, this was a big win. I know it's the Jets, but this is a team that still has a very talented defense and Aaron Rodgers on offense. And on top of that, it's a divisional opponent. And now, Buffalo has separated themselves with a 2-game lead. Again, I know there is still a long way to go, but it feels like this team is starting to get in a groove, and we will get to see this new offense on the field as they face the upcoming tests over the next few weeks. Here is more of what some of the key X factors in this game had to say in their post-game interviews.
Called our best pass play, saw 0, got to a 0 check. They played it well, and I just kind of peeked backside, and there was an opportunity to go get it, so that's what I did.
With the way that the last two did go, not having James tonight, another crazy game between the Bills and the Jets, just what does it say about the toughness of this team?
Resilient guys. Proud of how Ty and Ray stepped up in the run game today. I thought our guys blocked their tails off. In the pass game, I think we got it to quite a few different guys. And first half was very, very good, and we got to find a way in that second half to keep that momentum going. A lot to learn from. Got a little sloppy there at the end. Some penalties, but, it was a team win.
It felt great, again, having the opportunity to go out there and just play my game and understanding that not things are always going to be perfect, so just taking your time, reading your keys, and just going out there and playing ball. Again, I had a great support cast around me, from Josh to the O-line to everybody just doing their job. I would have never had the day I had without the guys blocking on the perimeter, the O-line believing in me and seeing the keys and the reads. So, it's a big shout out to them. I'm happy that I had today. But, realistically, it was a collective team effort.
That's really all I got for this one. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point. And if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.